So here lately I've gone back to cooking out of a coffee can. There's a few different reasons. For me, there's just something romantic about it, you know, just cooking in a coffee can over a fire. Also, it's a little lighter than the Pathfinder canteen kit that I've been using. But if you're just getting into camping and backpacking and stuff, this is a really lightweight way to go. And it's cost effective, and if you maintain it, they last a long time. This one's about 4 years old, and the only reason it's gone bad now is because I quit taking care of it. So let's go ahead and make a new one. First things first is you need a can, but it's pretty good coffee. Do your own research. I know in the past I've used the big Chef Boyardee cans, but I think they have a liner in them now. Lots of them do, but I know these coffee cans still don't. Do your own research, and if you find another option, let me know. I'm gonna save this, and then take the coffee out. Put it in a bag. And it smells good. Okay, so now we got all this coffee we can use later. Now, when it has this seal like this on it, it comes with, it's got this rim in it. Now, I usually, the last few years I've been doing this, I've been cutting these off. In the past, I didn't cut this out because I felt it gave a little more rigidity to the can, because you can kind of squish it, but you'd have to work pretty hard to do that. So once it's out, now there's a couple ways to do the next step. One is you can just drill your holes, or you can use a hammer and some nails. Doesn't really matter. Just to show what I'm talking about, I'm gonna do one of each. So I went and got my little furniture hanging kit from the junk drawer, and I'm gonna take a couple things out of here to use. I'm gonna take a nail, and then the drill bit I put in here just so I could keep it in one spot. And I'm gonna use some of this this picture wire. The one way to do it is to take your nail, and there's a rim, a lip in here, and I'm gonna go just underneath that. Take my nail and take your hammer, and you've got it started that way. Now, it would obviously work better if I didn't have it on a cutting board. I had it on a block of wood or something, but that'll do just fine for what we need. Now, the other way to do it is to take your drill, come to the other side of your first hole, takes a little while to do it that way, but it works. So now that the plastic is off of the outside of it, and I've got the holes punched, it's time to put the bail on there. Now, last time I did it, you can see this is kind of wonky looking, but I didn't have anything else, so I just took an old whisk that was broken, and I took the wire off, and that's what I made the bail out of this one with. This time what I'm gonna do is use this picture wire. It's plenty strong enough to hold whatever you're gonna put in this pot, and it's pretty easy to work with too, so just gonna get this wrapped on here pretty good. Just twist it like this, that'll do it pretty good. Cut it off with my pliers. A little wasteful, but it'll be alright. And then, what about like that? I want to make it where if I'm cooking something in here, I have room to stir it if it's on the fire. Something like that. So I'll cut this off again. Feed it through the hole. Now you could use anything for this, really. Snare wire, this stuff. What I used to use all the time was just the old metal clothes hangers. Those worked really good. But this will work good, and I can stack stuff in it, and it's just going to go right down in there. It's not going to take up any extra space. And I can put my lid on, sort of. So there you go. Got my favorite cast iron skillet here. Just got done cooking breakfast in it, and got it wiped down and cleaned up, ready to go for next time. Now the reason I mention this is because I'm going to treat this pot and this skillet the same way. First thing to do, warm it up. And I already got the burner on to about high medium, just to get it warm. This metal is kind of thin, so you can actually get a little too hot. See, you're not going to burn a hole in it or anything, at least not doing what we're doing. You could burn a hole in anything. I burned a hole in a daggone MSR stowaway pot one time. But it's hot now. Alright, let's go ahead and wipe that sucker down. Get it oil all over the inside and outside of it. Kind of got to be careful with this paper towel. That will leave a little lint in there. Something lint free is best. So that's good and oily on the inside. Let's swap it around here. Let's throw it in the oven. I got my oven set to 200 degrees. Throw it in there for about 30 minutes. Now, I mentioned liners earlier. What I was talking about is most of your canned goods nowadays have some sort of plastic liner inside the can to keep whatever's in the can, in this case corn, from reacting with the metal of the can. Coffee cans don't have that though, so that's what I like to use. But anyway, that's what I was talking about, is do your own research for that. Find out, you know, what does and doesn't have it if you're interested in doing this, and because you don't want to get this stuff into your system. But you can burn it out, but that's just a whole lot of other extra stuff when you could just buy a coffee can. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes actually, but 20 would have did it. We're done. This thing's ready to cook in. Hopefully sometime soon I can get out in the woods and get this thing over a fire and get the outside turned nice and black. But yeah, man, I appreciate you watching. Have a good one.